pole position with the green and white car. We get down onto the start of this race here. There he goes off the grid, very cagily indeed. He needs to keep that thing on all four. He's got the clean laps, and it looks like Ayrton Anderson, who had his disastrous first race, has just now put a very clean. Oh, and that was I think that was right behind him. I think that's Chris Clark. Big crash right at the side there. Very big crash. Again, I'm standing in Roger's way, so I think that looked like Anderson off the track again. And at this level you would expect not to see that, but it looks like Ayrton's out of both finals, so that's the Mendip race, I think, in the bin as far as poor old Ayrton Anderson is concerned. No, he manages to get himself going, has he, as the car? No, I think it looks like it's a very, very demolished job for Ayrton Anderson. And didn't get past the first corner, didn't get past the first lap on the second race. And I think we've lost somebody else on the runnings as well. Marshall just coming off his point, just get that car back to the mechanic. But while that all was going on in second place there, it looks like in first place Jonathan Bowden is still driving an absolute blinder at the moment with, look at this, he finished second or third in the first final, and looking like a very strong performance in third position. And that is Zach Smith with Luke Thompson right behind him, then Lee Price right behind him. So Luke Thompson, car number 7 I believe, yeah, Luke Thompson with Lee Price right on his wheel tracks, which is car number 3. I think we could, I mean this in the best possible respectful way, Jonathan, you are out there on your own at the moment, unless you crash. Well, no attention coming on you whatsoever, but the dice is really hot for second, third and fourth positions at the moment. That looks like Zach Smith associated, Luke Thompson really on Zach's case going down the back straight here, and I think Chris Price is coming up into this as well and in the mix. And you can see the concentration from the ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and guys and guyeses in the audience just looking at this absolute mega performance here. Now we're going to see the mettle of Zach Smith, just how much he's learned from the associated camp about driving correctly and keeping that car as wide as everything. We know that Luke Thompson's a fair driver, so this is going to be a very good challenge with Roger Cosgrove now bearing down on this dice for second, third and fourth positions in the Pro Stock 8 final, and that was Luke Thompson having a crash on his own there. Nobody else is involved in that, and that's allowed Zach Smith a bit of daylight, and he's catching Jonathan Bowden. Jonathan Bowden there, champion-elect 2009 with the hot bodies mounts in front of the associated driver, and another hot bodies driver I believe is Chris Clark coming up right behind Zach Smith. So Zach is the hot bodies sandwich at the moment with our associated TC5, and you can see the concentration on everybody's camp going past the associated marquee, because Stephen Lander's in the mix on this one as well. We're just going to see where Stephen Lander is on the leaderboard here. We got Jonathan, Zach, Lee, Chris, Luke, Stephen, Lissamore, Steve Lander, car 4 in 7th, Adam Meakin, and while the other contenders are really dropping down the leaderboard at the moment. So it looks like Stephen Lander down there in 7th position with car number 4. After some interesting laps at the beginning of this one. But we know that Stephen Lander can drive the wheels off it. I think this is the car coming towards us in race control now. Yes indeed, there goes car number 4. Recognise that driving style anyway from Mr. Lander. And he is in the groove. But look at this, I think Zach Smith has just lost out to Chris Clark. That's second and third positions just gone changed round while we're looking at Stephen's performance. So Chris Clark now up into second position. So it's a hot bodies 1 and 2 in the Pro Stock 8 final, second leg here. Jonathan Bowden into the left-hand corners at the spoon, and what has Zach got left in the tyres? He did tell me earlier he's got a set of tyres left, and I don't know whether or not he's used those tyres, but you can see the associated just hooking into the curbs very nicely indeed, hooking out onto the back straight now, and it looks like Jonathan Bowden, the 2009 champion-elect, that championship crown is getting closer and closer and closer. He's already got 1 point, and he's looking at another point here. Best 2 out of 3 to count with 45 seconds to go. Down the back straight now. Let's concentrate and zone in on the new elect champion for 2009, Jonathan Bowden. Let's not tempt fate. He's got a teammate behind him in the shape and form of Chris Clark, car number 3. bringing up the rear. Second place with Zach Smith trailing in third. He got third before. This is going to be 6 points to the good of this championship and keep his hopes of finishing in the top 5 alive. But look at Jonathan Bowden being caught by Chris Clark. I don't believe there's any team orders in this. It just certainly doesn't look like it. On the clock here, we got 15 seconds to go here, and Jonathan Bowden goes defensive. Chris Clark really is in the mix, and if these two have an accident, Zach Smith will be there to take up the victory in the B final second leg. And Jonathan really goes defensive. Chris tried to go around the outside. This is it to the line. This is the 2009 champion-elect coming over the line here. Jonathan Bowden to take an excellent victory there. Absolutely superb driving. Just quiet down while the applause goes for you there, Jonathan. I think we're all happy with everybody's performance there. But